Hi guys, Debbie here. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back. So today's video is going to be a 3 looks 1 palette with this palette, the Rustic Glam from Dominique Cosmetics. I've already done a first impressions of this, which I'll leave up in the cards for you if you want to have a look. But today's video is just going to be giving you some inspiration of some looks that you can create with the palette. And if you haven't seen that video and you're not familiar with the shades, this is the inside of the palette. So sort of half neutral, half colourful palette. So I'm going to be creating 3 completely different looks with the palette, and this one being the 3rd one. And once you've seen all the looks, I'll finish up the video with some thoughts on all the shades. So I will timestamp that if you just want to jump to the review at the end and you're not interested in seeing the looks. But let's kick off with look number 1. Okay, so for this look, I've decided to do something completely neutral, which I often say I'm going to do and I never do. So I'm meeting my friend tonight, Angeline. She's just been promoted and we're going out to celebrate, and she made a comment that she can't follow my tutorials and that they're too complicated and they're not for her because she likes neutrals. So this one's for you, Ange. So if you do watch it, hopefully you'll be able to follow along and do it. And as this is going to be a multiple looks video, there'll be other colourful looks for those that want to see those as well. So the shades I'm going to use today out of the Rustic Glam are going to be in this sphere here. So I'm probably only going to take those 3 shades. I'm going to do something pretty neutral and really pretty. So that's the plan. So to start off the look, I'm going to go in with that shade, which is called Suede. I'm just going to pack that in the outer edge of my crease really. This shade has got ridiculous amounts of kick up in the pan, so I'm being very, very careful. And it's going on pretty patchy as well, so just working that into my crease to about 2/3 of the way across, and the same thing on the other eye. It's really beautiful chestnutty brown actually. I always write off browns because I'm into colour, but sometimes it's just nice to go for a classic look. And when I go out, sometimes I don't want to be wearing something that's like a rainbow of colours on my eyes. I just want something that looks pretty, you know. So, and I think Ange will appreciate it, as I say, because that's the sort of makeup that she enjoys. Blend that out. I'm going to go with Desert Queen. So it's like an orangey terracotta-y brown. Again, a lot of kick up, so tapping off the brush well here. I'm just going above that first shade, shade Suede, and building that up. And I'm going to stay with the same brush but use the shade Fringe to further blend that towards my brown. Now I've started to get a gradient going on. I'm just going to go back in and intensify with that first shade, the Suede shade, just to get some depth in my crease. If I'm going to do a blended kind of neutral look like this, I don't like to come in too far because I just think it closes your eye in, and just think leaving it sort of a bit more open makes your eyes look bigger and it makes the shadows pop more, or it does on my eye shape anyway. What I'm going to do is pack some of that colour on the outer corner. So again with that deep brown shade, the Suede shade, I'm going to pack that in my outer corner and really work that in so that I can get some intensity there. I was going to go with the black in my waterline, but I think I'm going to go with this one, which is Torch, which is one of the 24/7 liners from Urban Decay. And I've taken that sort of amongst my lashes as well as in my waterline. I'm going to use a smudge brush just to smudge that out. I'm going to dip into that Suede shade again, the deep brown, and just pack that over the shadow that we've laid down there. Oh, sorry, the pencil that we've laid down. That should hopefully give us a bit more staying power for that lower lash line. And then with the smaller side of an Anastasia brush, I'm just going to go into that that Queen shade just to blend that out. I'm just going to flip the brush over and just make sure that's fully blended. There's nothing on that side of the brush. Now I'm just going to pack some NYX glitter primer over my lid space. And then for my lids, I'm going to keep it simple. I'm just going to go with one shimmer shade, which is going to be that one, Bohemian. It's a super pretty gold shade actually, really nice. And then where that shimmer shade meets the matte, I'm just going to pack a bit more of that deep brown, the suede, over that, just to blend it in. And I'm just going to soften the edges there. This brush has got a little bit of the Desert Queen shade on it, but not very much now because I've already used most of it. Just to blend just on that front portion a little bit. I think what I am going to do, for a little pop of interest, I'm going to go in with Wanderlust, so the greeny neutral shimmer. Still going to be neutral. And just pack a little bit of that just on my lower lash line, in just that little space we've got left. Okay, so that's the look right now. Very orangey in tone, I think. So I'm going to hop off camera and choose a lipstick and mascara for the look, and I'll be right back with you to show you the finished look on this one. Okay guys, so here's the finished look. I really like it. I think it's, although it's neutral, it's warm tones, sort of orangey, so I think it's quite pretty a look, so I feel quite special going out in it, which is nice. So when you're going out on a night out, you just want to feel pretty, I think. So I'm all ready to party, and I've gone with a red lip, which is Dose of Colours Extra Saucy, which was not the easiest to apply, but I hear this one has got excellent staying power, so I thought that would be good for a night out. So, and it's a really, really beautiful red colour, so like a deep red, so really like it. So that's this look finished. Catch you in the next one. Okay guys, so for this look I've decided I'd like to do something in the more pinky zone, so using Wildflower and Gypsy. Maybe might bring in a couple of the blues as well, so I'm going to keep it light and airy and pretty for this look. I've already applied my eyeshadow base, which is MAC Painterly Paint Pot as normal, but I've set it with some translucent powder. Just want to see what difference that makes to the blend, because I have had some issues with the shadows sticking and not blending as I might want them to do, so I'm going to see if this makes a difference. So I'm going to go in with a sort of stiff blending brush. This is the E25 from Sigma, just a little cute pink one of those. So I'm going in with Wildflower, the pink shade, and I'm going to run that through my crease, starting from about the middle and into the, so from the middle to the inner part of my crease. And I don't know if it's the brush I'm using or whether it's because I've set the base, but it's moving a lot more easily. I'm not getting those portions of the sticking, but I'm still getting quite a lot of pigmentation, which is good. So I think for this particular formula, it's easier over a set base. That is a beautiful pink though, really pretty. As you can see from me dipping in the first time, it needs some building. So it's taken like 3 dips in the pan and a little bit of blending to get it to this sort of stage. But then just to help with that blend up to my eyebrows, going with the shade Free Spirit, so just the bone coloured shade, I'm just going to go in with the same brush, so I've almost got to fade from the pink to that colour. Okay, so we've got a nice soft wash of pink now. Now I'm going to go in with Dreamcatcher, which is the paler blue. It's a matte with sparkles in it. The sparkles aren't going to show on the eye, so I don't need to worry about that. Well, I'll get that blend between the blue and the pink. I think I'll end up with a bit of a purple, but that won't matter. Change brush to a bit more of a precise brush that will pack colour on a little bit more. I think that one was shearing things out a bit more than I wanted. It is a pretty sheer shade, but it's a gorgeous pastel-y shade, and considering I'm not packing it over a white base, it's coming up quite a pigmented shade really for a pastel. Just swapping back to that original brush just to shear out the edges just a bit. Make sure we've got no harsh lines and everything's blended nicely. What I'm going to do is extend that pink all the way around. I'd not decided to do that at the start, but I think that could look really pretty, so I'm going to pull that around so that that extends onto my lower lash line. And now I want the focus to be more on my lower lash line, so I'm going to go in with the darker of the two blues, so Evil Eye, and put that into my lower lash. Now we've not done the lids. I'm going to build up the shape first and then go back in with those. Okay, for my lids then, I'm going to go in with the NYX glitter glue. I'm just putting that all over my lids. And then we're going to go in with Gypsy over the majority of the lids, probably darken up with the shade Moonchild afterwards. That shimmer is really pretty. When I used it before, I used it just sprayed, and I think it's bringing out the shimmer more with the glitter glue. It works well either way. Just to darken up just a tad in the outer corner, I'm going to go in with the Moonchild shade. And then just to make sure that we can blend that corner, I'm just going to go back in with the Dreamcatcher shade. I'm just going to take that just in that outer corner there. Okay, so then in my waterline, I've got a new pencil to try out, which is by NYX, and it's a Slide On Glide On pencil in Azure. So this one. Just for an extra touch of something. I feel like the look is missing something. I thought I'd go in with Asteroid, which is one of the Barry M toppers, just in my inner corners there. I'm just going to drag that along the lash line. Okay, so I'm just going to hop off camera now, do a liner, just a trace of liner over the top lashes, or top lids should I say, and mascara, and choose a lip for the look, and I'll be right back to show you look number 2. Okay guys, so here's the finished look. And it's come out really pretty and quite sparkly, so that's what I'm feeling from this palette. Like, it says it's Rustic Glam, but I feel like it's quite pretty. So rustic doesn't sound pretty, but anyway. And I've paired it with a mixture of lipsticks. So I've paired it with Anastasia's Crush, which came in the light neutrals bundle. I think you can get it individually as well. And top that with Blizzard, which was out of the set that they brought out at Christmas. There was 3 of these lipsticks and they're all super pretty. I find them great as toppers for other things. They've got that metallic sparkle. If you don't like that, you won't like them, but I just thought it kind of brought out the sparkle and the pink from the look. So I just wanted to make it kind of look ethereal and a little bit pretty. So that's look 2, and I'll catch you in a few moments with look number 3 and then wrap up the video with my final thoughts on the palette at the end. Okay guys, so for the last look I'm going to try and do something a bit more graphic, so hence the tape. I've already primed my eyes with the MAC Painterly Paint Pot and I've not set it. I'm going to go in for a bit of definition in my crease first, then a light lid shade and then a big graphic wing, I think, because I want to see if I can get that Moonchild shadow to show the glitter. That's my aim today. Just to get some definition in my crease, I'm going to go in with Fringe, just the taupey sort of light shade in the palette, sweeping that from inner to outer, and I've not set the base this time. I'm going in with really light shades, so I don't think I'll get any skipping or any issues like that, trouble with blending such a light shade. So I'm just doing this shade really just to define the crease just a tad. On my lids I'm going to go in with the shade Wanderlust, just picking up this shade Dry this time. I just want it to be a soft wash of shimmer just on my lid really. Now to give me a base for the graphic kind of wing shape I want, I've got the Game of Thrones Dragon Smoke pencil here. And I'm going to use that to create a wing. This looks ultra messy, but when I remove the tape it should have a nice sharp line. That's what I'm hoping. Okay, I'm just going to remove the tape now. We need to fix my foundation underneath, but it's not looking too bad. So that's given me the basis for the wing that I want to create. Now I'm going to go in with some glitter glue over that wing, because then I'm going to pack that Moonchild shade over it. Just using a pencil brush just to apply some glitter glue. And I'm taking the Moonchild shade on the teeny tiniest brush I can find and just pressing onto it to try and get the least amount of fallout possible. And do the same thing on the other eye. The sparkles aren't showing up quite as much as I would have hoped. It's a shame. I think if this had been a shimmer shade, this would have been so beautiful. I just tried mixing a bit of the glitter glue with the product and see if doing that will help it to stick. Yeah, it's not showing up as glittery as I might have hoped, but I'm going to take that pencil onto my lower lash line as well and meet it up with that wing. Take it to about halfway, I think. On my lower lash line I'm going to go in with Gypsy, and I'm just smudging that along the lower lash line but under that black that I've just laid down. Ooh, did that by accident, but I quite like that. I'm going to go underneath the wing as well with that colour. I'm just going to wrap Wanderlust around and onto my lower lash line. And just to brighten up my eyes a little bit, I'm just going to go in with another Urban Decay pencil. This one's a shade Heartless. Okay, so that's what we've got right now. I'm going to hop off camera, fix my foundation, do some mascara and choose a lip for the look, and then I'll be back with you to round up my thoughts on the palette. Okay guys, so here's the finished look. I had a few problems getting that wing to do exactly what I wanted, but I kind of like the end result, and by a happy accident I got a sort of double wing situation going on, and I really am feeling that. So yeah, sometimes makeup's an experiment and some things work, some things don't. So the lipstick I've paired this with is one from NARS. It's like a blackened plummy sort of shade called Combat, and it's one of their lip lusters. First time I've worn it in a video, and oh, it's so beautiful. I love that it's got a really pointed tip applicator, so it's really easy to get a nice sharp line with it. So really loving that and how it's playing off the vampy vibes of the eyeshadow. So hope you like it. Okay, so that's all three looks. I'd love to know, guys, which is your favourite. Did you like the more neutral vibes of look number one, where it was just a classic glam with a red lip, or did you like look two, where we had some pastel blues and pinks and a bit more of a pretty sort of vibe to that one? Or did you like the vampy kind of looks of this one? Hands up, what do you think I like the best? I definitely like the vampy one. I love a big wing like this, and like an exaggerated kind of wing where it really comes out and curls up. It is my kind of vibe. So really happy with how this one turned out, but I do like all three. So my thoughts on the palette, now I've used all of the shades, I would say I'm a little disappointed in Moonchild. I think if that had been a shimmer with glitter in it, that would have been perfect for how I like to use a palette. I'm not so fond of these shades that are a matte with glitter sparkles, because I tried my hardest to get those sparkles to show and they just don't. So that one, although it works as a deepening shade, it may as well have just been a matte without the sparkles really. And I've got enough dark mattes in my collection, so if that would have been a sparkly shimmer shade, then that would have been beautiful. I love the shade Cactus. I thought that was beautiful. I've used that in my first impressions video, not in this video though. The shimmer shade Gypsy, absolutely gorgeous, one of my favourites in the palette. And also for shimmer shades, I really thought Bohemian, which I used in my more neutral glam look number one, came out beautifully. The two blues, one of them's got the sparkle in it again, which is Dreamcatcher. It's a beautiful pastel blue, but I prefer more the tones of the darker blue, which is called Evil Eye. And I love having a shade that I can just create some definition. This was the perfect shade for that. So the taupey shade Fringe was really nice, and the chestnut kind of tones of this one, which is called Suede, was lovely as well. So for neutrals, probably those two are my favourites, or this corner really. Love Gypsy and I love Evil Eye. The pink shade, I've got a few similar to that, but it did work really well, was really nice. The formula is blendable. I think it worked better to blend it over a lightly set base. I did have some skipping issues when I didn't do that. Glitter glue definitely helps bring out the sparkle in the shimmers, but I have used them wet and dry. I've got the shade Wanderlust, this one, on my lids in this look, and it's showing up quite nicely, and I didn't do anything other than just pack it over a dry base really, well an unset base, but I hadn't put any anything to dampen the actual product at all or make it stickier. So So yeah, I'm not sad I bought it. I think I've shown that it can be a really versatile palette, and I think it will play off well with some of the other palettes that they've got. I've got the Berries and Cream palette actually here, and if you look at some of the tones in this one, like the pinks out of this one will go lovely with Gypsy, so the shimmer shade that I've used under here. So I'm quite interested to have a go at sort of playing with these together. But again, you've got a black matte in this one. I don't think, for me, I needed black or really dark navy with shimmer sparkles in it. It would have been much better, as I say, if it had been a shimmer shade. But as I say, not sorry I bought it. I love the Dominique Cosmetics formula, and I love the colour stories that I've come out with so far. So I hope you've enjoyed watching the 3 looks, and if you've got the palette or you're intending to get it, that it's given you a little bit of inspiration of looks you could create with it. But that brings me to the end of today's video. If you liked it, please give it a like. It takes quite a while to put the 3 looks 1 palette videos together, so if you did enjoy it, then it'd be great if you could give it a like, but also drop a comment which was your favourite look, and do you enjoy these kind of videos from me? Is it useful for you? But other than that, guys, as I say, I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're having a fantastic day or night wherever you are, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!